Hello, Jim. This is the Starcraft Autumn Ridge here in sunny Airstream of Maine. If you hear some noise in the background, it's because the ice is falling off of the roof. And if you hear some coughing, that's me getting over my illness. But first, we're going to go around to the outside here and then travel on in. I'll show you all the features working. I'll bring the awning out. And yeah, if you have any questions after this, certainly let me know. So, as we start on the campsite here, let's start at the very front, actually. So we have your propane tank here. You have a fresh battery. The front of the camper shows absolutely no signs of damage or collisions. As we go down the side over here, you do have your solar connection. So if you get one of those foldable solar panels, you can plug it in and point it at the sun instead of being at the mercy of how you've parked the camper. Over here we have your outdoor storage. So quarter turn in the lock. It is magnet, so it's not going to come down and hit you in the head while we're reaching down here. Looks like we have a chalk in there. And then you do have your full power awning. What's nice about this awning is because it's not 20 feet long like some of the other ones, it is a lot stronger, so it's not going to fold in half the first wind. But do bring it in if it's windy outside. You do have two outdoor speakers. You have your porch light up here. There's that nice soft amber so you're not blinding your neighbors, but you can still see everything at your campground. Here you have your outdoor power. Plug in your TVs, blender, whatever you would like outside. Your doors right here. The door does have a stop over here so it doesn't hit the camper, but it also has this little connection here so it doesn't close while you're camping, so wind doesn't take it. You do have your step that folds in and out. On the back here you have your spare tire. This bumper here houses where you'd put your stinky slinky or sewer hose, as I guess is the correct term for it. While we're talking about the sewer hose, probably a good idea to touch base on your tanks. So over here is the dump station for both of your tanks, your gray and black. I always go black first and then gray, try and rinse it out with the gray. And then as we go down the side, we have, if you still go to if you find a campground that still has the cable connections, you do have your cable in. Here's your furnace. This is your outdoor shower. Hot and cold water are here. These two vents are for your propane and electric fridge. It's really nice that it does both. So when you're traveling down the road, it will burn propane and keep your food nice and cold. Your power cable is self-contained. Very nice. You'll never lose this. It's always connected. This does go right into a 30 amp connection. Let me hop over here. Okay, so this top one here is to fill up your freshwater tank. And if you're at a campground that has constant water pressure or city water, this is where you plug in the hose for the constant pressure. This is your gas and electric water heater. So you can use this totally off-grid if you need to take a shower after, say, if you're just out in the woods and not at a standard campground. So let's walk around to the front. This is a 2-inch ball. Most campers are 2 and 5/16, but that is a 2-inch. Important to note. And then do have your fire extinguisher right by the door. This is your control for the thermostat. This does the heat. Heat does work perfectly well. And let's get some lights on in here. So I flipped on both of these lights. These are the majority of the ceiling lights. And then this one is the porch lamp, which is on right now. As promised, we're going to extend out the awning. It is a little slow, so I'll show you it starting, and then I'll touch on a few other things, and we'll go back to it. So while we're in here, we do have your AC. That is a 13.5 kBTU AC. Very powerful considering the size here. So this will absolutely freeze you out of the camper if you let it. Over here, you do have your extended bench, and oh, here we are. Now we have the awning fully out. You could also pitch the awning so you could have it go down in one section so light rain will roll off one end instead of going off of the forward end there. Keep it away from the door, if you know what I'm saying. So over here we have all of our storage. There's a good sized storage under here as well. This is your CD player. Of course, it's not firing up right now, but I have seen it work. Some more overhead storage over your bed / dinette. Over here we have the dinette. These are nice, comfortable seats. No rips or tears in any of the upholstery. It's in fantastic condition. This is your CO detector, keep you nice and safe at night. And your table here does, you flip these legs up and then it sits on these stops right here. So once those are down, you take the cushions from the back, plop this on, and it completes the bed all the way across. You do the same with the other side. While we're over here, we have your fridge. Fridge is a gas and electric. When I first came out here, it tried to start on the gas. I heard it fire off. This is the latch to open the fridge so it doesn't open while you're going down the road. And as we're in here, you can see it's very clean. There is your freezer spot up top. But again, really nice that it does both gas and electric. Over here you have some RCA cables, so if you wanted to add a television, absolutely can. The other side of the coax cable that's on the outside goes right over here. Above it, this shows all of your tank levels. This is how you turn on the water heater for propane, and then your water pump on and off. This shows you hit these buttons, these show you your levels. And then another overhead storage. In here it looks like we have kind of a makeshift owner's manual. It does have the original owner's manual in there, but it also has all the appliances, VIN numbers, everything you need in case you ever needed to replace anything, but I don't think you need to worry about that. You have your microwave up top. I'm going to start it for just a second to show it works. Like I said, turn over. You have your hood up here. Hood has a light and it is vented outside. Very nice. Propane 2-burner up top. This is your furnace. And then down here is your breaker panel. So your fuses and your breakers are right there. Very simple design. You do have indoor speakers as well. Oh, there I am. So you do have the bathroom. So your toilet is right here against the wall. And then you do have your shower. I'm 6'2", so I'm just going to hop in here real quick. My head is going into the skylight here, but I could stand up straight. I'm not touching any bit of it. If you see this pink stuff on the ground, that is the RV antifreeze. This will be cleaned inside and out once again once we complete the deal. So, do have one more door I don't believe I touched base on, but it's nice to have your coat rack, your place to put your shoes, extra storage right as you come in the door. Easy to grab stuff is perfect in that location. So, in summary, let's go over some of the condition. A lot of times, if you find leaks in a camper, it will start to stain the wallpaper, and you'll feel like the wall lifting or delaminating. None of that is happening there. And it's always around the fixtures, so like your ACs, your skylight vent, your both of your skylights. But absolutely no sign of that anywhere. Front cap is clean. Everything is solid. This truly is a fantastic value for not just the year, but for campers in general. This is very nice. And let's get an outside shot with the awning open. And like I was saying, you can pitch that one way or another so that you can have the water roll down each side. You do have your stability jacks. So does come with the tool that you put right here. You bring down these jacks, rear and front. I'm trying to think if I've missed anything, but yeah, of course, if you have any questions, just let me know. And thank you. Have a great day. Bye.